people act like it's the best thing to be welcomed into a fucking nation state. I remember when, and granted, this is already like nationalistic shit, but like when France won the World Cup a few years ago, like 80% of the players are African. And I remember a bunch of people tweeted or were basically like, oh, Africa finally got a World Cup. Yay, look at that. And all these people were like, how could you say such a racist thing? These are real Frenchmen. These people are from France.
Don't even get us started on the France conversation and French nationalism.
I mean, yeah.
Don't.
I mean, we don't want
to. a whole ass. And I know, I know African people living in France that could learn all of us on this type of shit. Really, because that is fucked out there.
Yeah,
it's fucked. Like the mentality out there is crazy,
bro. I did for a while. I played soccer on Sundays with there's this group of French dudes that would come to the park every week, and we would never schedule it. We would just show up, and they would eventually be there, and we would play soccer, have a good time. There was one dude I keep talking back and forth with him, and I don't think he's gonna give a shit that I'm saying this, because we had a long conversation. I told him to his face that you're fucking wrong about all this, like you're on some bullshit. We went back and forth being like,
no, but this is what it is. France, it is. No, you don't understand. No, you don't understand.
No. That's the wild shit. People act like, oh, you don't live there. You don't know the dynamics. You don't know the culture. And he at one point he was like, yo,
this is what we think. This is what we think.
Yeah, he was like, yo, he was like, France forgot its forgot its children. They're letting all these immigrants in. They forgot their own children.
What?
I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I hang out with you. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
What? Oh, so this was someone you have a relationship with?
It was like
it was a soccer pal.
It was a soccer, but like we would show up. We would show up at the park and just like play soccer. And so you play sports with somebody, you don't like learn their opinions first.
Right.
The European.
Oh, yeah.
They got a little more stank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. I love that. Where they're like, racism, that's an American
They're
problem.
like, oh, the accent kind of hides.
Right.
If I say like this, it's
it's okay.
No, but this is what we think.
Beautiful Paris, we don't want these immigrants.
Yo,
we're gonna run out of escargot if we have too many of these.
This racism, it's an American problem,
We've been here for hundreds of years.
We don't have this prejudice. As they peel a banana to throw at a soccer player.
How could you make the Mona Lisa and be wrong or racist? It's beautiful.
You sound like the fucking candle from Beauty and the Beast.
All this Tupperware coming into the America.
Be out exactly.
Like, we have beautiful ornate candles.
Right.
These Bath and Body Works.
Like, be our guest, not you, but be our guest.
Right. Oh
be
my
our guest. Pass the check.
Right.
That shit is wild,
really,
man.
over there. I feel like it's crazy.
It's not the way you put it. It's like a stank. There's a little bit
more bluntness to it. They're a little less afraid.
No, you know what it is? It's an eagerness.
Mm-hmm.
The racism out here, it's kind of like, who cares? Yeah, I'm racist. Yeah, it's like that. Over there, it's just
right.
How dare you?
Yeah. Right.
I wish fucking Zach was here to tell the story. You know about the story, right?
Which story?
No.
When you say the story, that's
we'll have to say
story is a broad
I'm trying to think.
term.
He should fucking tell this story. I don't know if he'll be on in the future to tell it. I should just tell it at this point. But he was in a fucking restaurant with Earl, some other people, and they were just talking, and there was this French couple. It was like a black establishment, or like Caribbean. It's like all black people in there, and then there's this white French couple walks in, and they basically are standing on the side, and they're like whispering to each other, and then they start like they're basically just like spectating. Like it gets to the point where they're obviously just standing there and watching them and like snickering to each other and like laughing and then looking back and kind of being like that. And I don't want to tell the whole story but I'll just get to the point and say that Zach asked them to stop. And the dude was like almost like appalled that he would even, it was like he was appalled that he even spoke to him. And the first words out of his mouth were, "The niggas?" And I'll leave the story. If Zach comes on again, I'll let him explain what transpired following that.
Oh my God, bro.
But that story is like this little perfect picture example of their fucking attitude.
Oh,
Bro, I'm telling you,
that
the
shit is
accent.
like-
They think if they say that shit in an accent,
Right.
Oh.
They
And it's all good.
because it's a class thing. It's like
Yeah.
it is
Oh my
it
God.
is a class thing.
Yeah.
You know how like in the US people are thinking of like racist rednecks and like people in the South, and it's like this like the underdog, like the dirty, and then fuck black people.
Right.
You know, but with them
Right,
it's like
right.
this. You're dirt. You know, you're dirt, and it's like, like look at me.
Right.
Which over here, that's kind of like reserved for like that's like the fascists, like the Richard Spencers are
Right.
kind of on that wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right. And even the ones, the
Yeah.
fascists here.
I mean the Southern racists too, like the upper class ones, they are too, but they're still Southern, so they know it doesn't signal, it doesn't in terms of optics, it doesn't come across that way.
Yeah.
But like a French person or like a European person, not to say that there aren't like working class fascist movements, because there are in Europe,
Right.
not just in France, but like fucking Germany and like everywhere,
You can almost say
Sweden.
like here
Yeah.
we try to just write off racism as a purely ignorance thing when there's plenty of people that know way better than to do that shit who are just like completely fucking racist.
Right.
Yeah.
Like-
It's
Right.
like even fascists here have a sense of like, you gotta pretend to respect.
Right,
public.
right,
There's
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what I was gonna say
exactly.
earlier. Is like here, I feel like we try to hide it more.
Yeah.
Whereas in Europe, they're
Depending
just
on where
like-
you are,
Yeah.
depending on
Right,
where you
right.
are.
Yeah, it's like that's how you end up with a fucking like Latino head of the fucking Proud Boys, because here it's so like manipulative to the point where it's like
Tokens. We'll put the tokens.
yeah, we have our
like that.
tokens, or
Yeah.
you can say like, how can you call us white supremacists if I'm Latino, and it's like that's
Like
the
how
logic.
Louis
It's
J.
the crypto
Gomez is
fascist
like-
shit.
Like they they say that he's not white.
Yeah, and then he puts out a fucking shit says like, how can I be a Proud Boy if I'm not proud?
If I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
It's like that's it right there. You calling me a Proud Boy. If I was a Proud Boy, I would be saying I was a fucking Proud Boy, because Proud Boys are fucking proud. He really said that.
Yeah, it's like how Gavin McInnes said he was a Western chauvinist.
Oh
It's
my
just all
God.
euphemisms. And
Right.
Yeah, which is the most thin euphemism I've ever.
Yeah, no, that's